The sun was setting low. It painted the sky with light, colors of orange and soft pink.
Maya sat on a little green hill. She had her favorite drawing book. She was sketching the sleepy village. Her lines were careful and neat. She loved this quiet evening time. The willow's leaves began to move. They rustled in a funny way. There was no wind blowing at all. Then Maya heard a tiny sound. It was like a soft, sweet whisper. "Come closer," it seemed to say. Maya's heart beat a little faster. She decided to be very brave. Maya walked slowly to the willow. She pushed aside the long leaves. Where did this curious path lead?
Maya felt a thrill of adventure as she stepped into the enchanted woods. The air was thick with the scent of pine and wildflowers, and the forest seemed to hum with a life of its own. She had heard stories about this place, tales of magic and mystery, but nothing could have prepared her for the reality of it. She took one small, careful step, her heart pounding in her chest. The ground beneath her feet felt soft and springy, almost as if it were alive. Then another, into the opening. The trees parted like curtains, revealing a hidden world within. It was dark for just a moment, the shadows playing tricks on her eyes. She could hear the rustling of leaves and the distant call of an unknown bird. Then, bright light filled her eyes. It was as if the forest had decided to welcome her with open arms, bathing her in a warm, golden glow.
She stood, mesmerized by the beauty around her, in a brand new place. It felt like stepping into a dream, a world where anything was possible. It was a beautiful magic forest. The trees were tall and ancient, their branches intertwined like the fingers of old friends. Maya had never seen such wonder. Every leaf, every flower seemed to shimmer with its own inner light. The colors here were so vivid, reds, blues, and greens that seemed to leap out at her, more vibrant than anything she had ever seen. Greens were greener, blues were bluer. It was as if the forest was painted with the richest palette of nature. The air felt warm and tingly. It was filled with the scent of blooming flowers and the sound of a gentle breeze, like tiny, happy, magic sparks. They floated around her, making her feel like she was part of the magic. Flowers grew in dazzling colors. Each one seemed to have its own personality, its own story to tell. They glowed with their own soft light. It was a gentle, welcoming glow that made her feel at home. Maya gently touched a blue petal. It was cool to the touch, yet it seemed to pulse with life. It felt softer than any silk. She marveled at the delicate texture, wondering how something so fragile could exist. Then, Maya saw a tiny light. It flickered in the distance, like a star that had fallen to earth. It danced among the tall flowers. It moved with a grace and elegance that took her breath away. It had big, kind, gentle eyes that seemed to see into her soul, to understand her deepest thoughts and feelings. Maya stood very still and smiled. She felt a connection to this place, to the magic that surrounded her. It was a feeling she would never forget.
The little creature made a sound. It was a delicate, almost ethereal noise that seemed to resonate with the very air around it. It was like tiny, tinkling bells, each note carrying a hint of magic and wonder.
"Hello," it whispered, its voice sweet and inviting, like a gentle breeze through the trees. "My name is Luma. Welcome here," it said, its eyes twinkling with kindness and a hint of mischief. "This is Sun Petal Grove, you see," Luma continued, gesturing around at the vibrant, glowing flowers and the golden sunlight filtering through the leaves. "A land of very old magic," it added, its voice taking on a tone of reverence and awe. "Magic that some have forgotten, but it still lives here, in every leaf and stone."
"I can be your guide," Luma said, its light glowing brighter with excitement. "There is so much to see and learn." Luma's light bobbed up and down, as if it were dancing to an unheard melody. Maya nodded, feeling so happy and eager to explore this magical place.
Luma flew just a little ahead, its light guiding the way through the enchanted forest. They passed streams that sparkled brightly, their waters shimmering with 1,000 colors, like rivers made of fallen stars, each droplet a tiny universe of light. Flowers turned their heads to watch, their petals glowing softly in the magical light.
They whispered, "Hello, little girl," their voices a chorus of gentle, welcoming tones. You must always listen carefully, he said, his voice filled with wisdom. The forest has many secrets to share. Nature whispers to those who care, he continued, his eyes twinkling with ancient knowledge. It is the heart of the forest, he said, pointing to a grand ancient tree that seemed to pulse with life. It holds the strongest, oldest magic, he explained, his voice filled with awe and respect. But this special place is in danger, he warned, his tone turning serious. We must protect it, for the magic here is precious and irreplaceable.
All at once, the air grew chilly, the bright, happy colors faded. The forest became dim and grey. The sweet songs of birds stopped. A deep, heavy hush fell around. Maya shivered, feeling uneasy. Something was terribly wrong here.
A dark shadow has come to us. It wants to steal all our magic. It is cruel and very greedy. A terrible beast is its leader. A beast made of cold, hard metal.
Then Maya saw the awful beast. It was bigger than any house, made of clanking, dark grey metal. It had two glowing, angry red eyes. It smashed down the pretty trees. It crushed the soft, glowing flowers. Maya stopped running right away. She had been sprinting through the dense, mystical forest, her heart pounding in her chest. The trees around her seemed to whisper secrets of old, their leaves rustling with ancient magic, but something made her halt abruptly. It was a feeling, a deep sense of responsibility that she couldn't ignore. She could not leave poor Luma. The tiny creature, with its shimmering fur and soulful eyes, had become her companion in this enchanted land. Luma had been hurt, and Maya knew she was the only one who could help. The bond they shared was special, forged in the trials they had faced together. She touched the pendant she wore. It was warm against her skin, pulsing with a gentle, reassuring glow. This pendant was no ordinary trinket. It was a symbol of hope and power, a gift from someone very dear to her. Her wise grandma had given it. She remembered the day vividly. Her grandmother's eyes had sparkled with wisdom and love as she handed over the pendant, telling her stories of its ancient origins and the incredible magic it held within.
It holds ancient magic. Magic that had been passed down through generations, meant to protect and guide those who were pure of heart. Maya had always felt a deep connection to it, as if it were a part of her very soul.
She'd said. Her grandmother's voice echoed in her mind, a gentle reminder of the responsibility she now carried. Use it only when you truly must, she had advised, her tone both stern and loving. Use it only when you truly must. Those words had stayed with Maya, guiding her actions and decisions. She knew the power of the pendant was not to be taken lightly. It was a beacon of hope, a light in the darkest of times. Maya knew this was the time. The forest was in peril, and Luma needed her. She could feel the urgency in the air, the very essence of the forest crying out for help. This was the moment she had been preparing for. She felt a new strength inside her. It was as if the pendant was infusing her with its ancient power, filling her with courage and determination. She was no longer just a girl. She was a protector, a guardian of the forest. Fear tried to make her run away. The sight of the looming danger ahead was enough to make anyone's heart race. But Maya knew she couldn't give in to fear. She had a duty to fulfill, a promise to keep. But bravery burned much brighter now. The fire of courage within her was stronger than any fear. She stood tall, her eyes fixed on the path ahead, ready to face whatever challenges lay in her way. She had to help her new friend. Luma's life depended on her, and she couldn't let the little creature down. Their friendship was a testament to the power of kindness and bravery. She had to save this lovely forest. The beauty and magic of Sun Petal Grove were worth fighting for. Every tree, every flower, every creature was a part of this enchanted world that she had come to love. Maya turned to face the huge beast. It was a creature of nightmares, with glowing eyes and a menacing presence. But Maya's resolve did not waver. She knew what she had to do. It looked so strong and so scary. The beast towered over her, its breath hot and foul, but Maya's heart was steady. She had faced fear before, and she had always come out stronger. But Maya stood up straight and tall. She was not alone. The spirit of the forest was with her, and the pendant's magic was her shield. She would not back down. She would not let it hurt them more. The forest and its inhabitants had suffered enough. It was time to put an end to the darkness that threatened their home. Maya held her pendant up high. The light from the pendant grew brighter, casting away the shadows. It was a beacon of hope, a symbol of her unwavering courage. It began to shine with bright light. The light spread through the forest, touching every corner, every hidden place. It was a light of renewal, of rebirth. The darkness lifted from Sunpetal Grove. The forest was alive again, vibrant and full of magic. Maya had done it. She had saved her friend, and she had saved the forest. The courage in her heart had brought about a new dawn for Sunpetal Grove.